The moment the scalding coffee hit me, I felt a shock that was both physical and emotional. The burn on my chest was sharp, but what stung more was a look in her eyes, cold, unforgiving, and full of hate. For a second, I froze, expecting some apology, some explanation, but there was none. She just stood there, trembling with rage, her fists clenched, as if she'd been holding on to this moment for months, maybe years. I didn't fight back. I didn't shout. I walked away quietly. I could feel the coffee soaking through my shirt, burning my skin, but I ignored it. Inside, my heart was cracking in a way that no physical pain could match. I had loved this woman. I had trusted her. And now, in the small, silent kitchen that had been our sanctuary for 15 years, I realized I didn't know her at all. Her name is Mara, and for most of our marriage, she was my safe harbor. She laughed at my bad jokes, held my hand when I felt low, and celebrated my small victories like they were her own. But I had learned over time that there were cracks, subtle, almost invisible cracks. But I chose to ignore them, telling myself that every marriage had them. We had a son, Liam, and I thought that gave us a bond stronger than any argument, any disagreement. That morning, the argument started like so many others had. Small, petty, almost meaningless. Liam had missed a bus, and she blamed me for not reminding him to wake up on time. "Why do you never think about the consequences?" she snapped, her voice trembling with anger. I told him 3 times. I said, "Try and stay calm. I can't control every single thing he does, Mara." Her face twisted, and I noticed a sharpness there I had never seen before. Something that went beyond frustration. Something personal. "You don't care about him," she screamed. And that's when it happened. The coffee, the betrayal. The split-second realization that our life together wasn't what I thought it was. I walked away, my back straight, trying not to burn myself further, not just from the coffee, but from the hurt that had just been served so deliberately. I went into the living room, sat down, and tried to make sense of what had just happened. My chest was on fire, both literally and metaphorically. It wasn't just the coffee. It was what it represented. It was a culmination of months, maybe years, of lies, hidden resentment, and secret betrayals. I started noticing patterns in things she said and did, the little comments about other men, her secrecy about her phone, the way she would disappear for hours without explanation. I had brushed them off, telling myself that I was overthinking. But now, after the coffee, everything felt different. Everything felt real. I didn't confront her immediately. I didn't yell or plead. I didn't even pack my bags. I sat there quietly, letting the silence fill the room, letting the pain settle into me like a heavy fog. Later that evening, when Liam had gone to his room, I tried to speak to Mara. "Why?" I asked softly, my voice trembling. "Why would you do that?" She looked at me like I was a stranger. Her eyes were guarded, and there was a bitterness I didn't recognize. "You don't understand," she said. "You never understood him. You never understood me. What are you talking about?" I asked, my throat tight. She didn't answer. She just turned away, leaving me alone with the echoes of her betrayal. I started digging. Quietly, carefully. I didn't want to confront her with anger. I wanted to understand. And what I discovered shattered me. Mara had been meeting someone from work, not just a flirtation, but something deeper, something intimate. And worse, it wasn't just about her wanting affection or companionship. She had been building a life in secret, one that excluded me entirely. I confronted her that night. "Mara, I know," I said quietly. "I know about him." Her face didn't change, didn't flinch. For a moment, I saw relief in her eyes. Not guilt, not shame, just relief. "You can't stop it," she said. "It's over between us. I've moved on." I felt the world tilt under my feet. 15 years of my life, my love, my sacrifices, and it meant nothing to her. Nothing. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I didn't cry, at least not then. I walked to the bedroom, packed a small bag, and left. I stayed in my car for hours, watching the rain hit the windshield, trying to make sense of betrayal. How could the person I trusted most in the world throw hot coffee at me over something so trivial, knowing the damage it could cause? How could she destroy the very foundation of our home so easily? Days turned into weeks. I tried to rebuild myself, to understand what had happened. Friends offered advice, family offered comfort, but no one could reach the hollow place inside me. I thought about revenge, not physical, not cruel, but emotional. I wanted her to see what it felt like to be abandoned, to feel the quiet devastation I felt every time I remembered her smile and the way it had all been a lie. I started documenting everything: messages, emails, dates, inconsistencies. I didn't do it for the court, not exactly. I did it for myself, as a way to process the betrayal, to have proof that what I felt wasn't imagined. Then came the hardest part. Liam, my son, he didn't understand why I was gone. He didn't understand why his mother's smile no longer meant safety, why the warmth of our home felt cold and hollow. I visited him quietly, keeping the peace, avoiding confrontation, because I didn't want to be the parent who added to the chaos. I wanted him to feel loved, even if it wasn't through her. One evening, as I was tucking Liam into bed, he asked, "Dad, are you ever coming back?" I swallowed hard, forcing a calm I didn't feel. "I'm always here for you, buddy. That doesn't change." His small hand gripped mine, and I realized that my revenge wasn't going to be in anger or retaliation. It was going to be in silence, in walking away, in showing her that she couldn't destroy everything I had built inside myself and for my son. Months passed. Mara tried to reach me, tried to manipulate situations, tried to make me feel guilty. But I stayed quiet. I stayed calm. I let her actions speak for themselves. I focused on Liam, on my work, on rebuilding the parts of me she had tried to burn away with her hot coffee and her betrayal. And then, one night, I saw it, the moment of reckoning I had been waiting for. Mara's new life wasn't perfect. The man she had left me for had his own flaws, his own secrets, and the reality of her choices hit her hard. She called me, her voice trembling, full of regret, full of fear. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I never should have." I hung up. I didn't need to speak. I didn't need to forgive. I didn't need to go back. She had shown her true self, and the truth was clear. Some people can't be trusted, and love, no matter how strong, isn't always enough. I realized that my quiet walk away had been my revenge all along. I didn't need to yell, didn't need to fight. I didn't need to show her my pain. By walking away, by protecting myself and my son, by refusing to let her betrayal define me, I had taken back control. I had taken back my dignity. Liam slept peacefully that night, and I watched him, feeling a surge of love so strong it almost hurt. Mara had thrown hot coffee at me over her son, but I had walked away quietly. And in doing so, I had proven something she could never take away, that love, trust, and integrity can survive even the deepest betrayal. And for the first time in months, I felt a fragile, bittersweet peace.